Guys, today I'm going to show you how to tie-dye a t-shirt. It's something my daughter and her friends do on a regular basis, and it seemed like a pretty simple and easy thing to explain. We brought it outside because it can be pretty messy. Normally we would do it on the grass, but since we're supposed to stand for this speech, I'm going to bring it up a little bit on the table. So first you will need your supplies. You need a white t-shirt. You can use socks, a bag, whatever you would like to dye. I have 3 of my dyes. I've already put water in them. We have gloves and we have rubber bands to get everything ready. That's everything we need to tie-dye a shirt. And some of the kits, it used to come with some soda ash that you could dip your shirt in order to make the colors a little brighter and maybe last longer. It doesn't come in the kits now, but you can buy it separately. We do not ever buy it because generally our family and friends don't want to wait while that soaks. So first, we are going to take this t-shirt and we are going to get it into the design we want. So for me, I'm just going to lay it out and I'm going to twist the shirt just because it's the simplest thing to do. Then I got my rubber bands and I'm going to rubber band it all together. You can put however many rubber bands you would like. If you want to section it off, you can do a little or a lot. As you can see, I just put the rubber bands kind of across the way, and then it's easier for when I want to put the dye in. I can pick which section, each color I want to dye, a different color if I would like. I have my gloves. I'm going to put my gloves on because this will stain your fingers. And I would like to not have blue hands while I'm at work. I'm going to use this so that it doesn't get on the table. Like I said, we do normally just do it in the grass because it's easier that way. So here's my shirt. I have black, turquoise, and then I have a blue color as well. That's the only colors we had left, so that's what I am using. Now when you're tie-dyeing your shirts, if you don't want a lot of white left on your shirt, you need to squeeze the tip of this like into the shirt and squeeze as much as possible around. That'll prevent your shirt from being mostly white. People seem to think if they just get it on the surface, it'll absorb into the shirt and make your shirts not so white, which that's definitely not the case. So here we go, we're gonna start it. As you can see, I'm squeezing in here because I don't like a lot of white on my shirts. And I'm just going to pick different sections to add this color to. As you can see, it's dripping. That's why we normally do it in the grass. So here we're going to use a black. Not really much on black tie-dye, but this is what we're using for this purpose. It really doesn't take long to tie-dye shirts. The longest wait is how long it's got to set. Once it's done, you need to let your shirt set for 6 to 8 hours just so that the dye has time to stain the shirt. I know this is something we do a lot of times at family functions because we have quite a few kids that will come by, and it seems to be something fun for all of us to do and just see what shirts they come up with, especially when our grandpa tie-dyes his shirt. We like to see what he comes up with. And as you can see, I'm pushing the tip in there to try to get as much white as possible that's in the middle. Now I'm going to take the third color, and it's just the basic blue color. Try to get some of this outside. Also squeeze this in. Once you're done, I did forget the plastic wrap or a plastic Walmart bag. You will want to wrap your shirt in it. Either the plastic bag or stick it in a plastic bag and tie it up and let it set for that 6 to 8 hours. Once you are done, once the 6 to 8 hours is up, you need to rinse your shirts. The dye will stain your bathtub, just so you guys are aware. So if you do not want to sit there cleaning your bathtub afterwards, my advice would be to just use a garden hose and do it outside in the grass to avoid any of that. Once you've rinsed out your shirt, you will need to then wash it. I usually just do a quick cycle, because usually it's just a few shirts, so we do a quick cycle and then dry it. And then when I continue to wash them, I usually wash them with the darks to prevent any of that dye from bleeding onto any of the other clothes. As you can see, I've used almost all these full bottles. So this shirt is going to be completely covered in a couple different color blues and blacks. Maybe when it's done, when I come back from work, I will see where it's at, and I will try to post a picture of it. So that's all I'm gonna do. This shirt is heavy because I soaked it. So this is where you would wrap it in plastic wrap, and it has to set for 6 to 8 hours. Again, after the 6 to 8 hours, you're gonna rinse it out. If you want to do it in your sink or your tub, that's up to you. You'll have to clean it afterwards because it will stain. Or you could use the garden hose outside in the grass, and then you won't have to worry about cleaning up a mess afterwards. And then once you rinse it, throw it in the washer for a quick cycle, wash it, and then dry it, and then you'll be good to go.